Okay, so anyway, we're outside here now, and Lee and I are just gonna, Lee and I are going to tour the property, just kind of show you a little bit about our place. So let's look this way, Jesse, and I'm gonna go up the hill over here. We put all this fabric down. We keep the fabric down here in Wisconsin. It helps keep the weeds down a lot. It's not 100% bulletproof, but it works really, really super well. So what we use up here, as you can see up here, this is wind damage. We're on top of a hill. I'm sure you can hear it, but this is what the wind does. You know, every year it seems like it just keeps tearing this right up, no matter how you try and fasten it. You know? And then we'll head down this way. Show them where we're at. It's so damn windy anyway, it doesn't pay to talk hardly. I am working on my... So, the fireplace thing that we sell, we put these together for people. And generally these are like $850 installed. So, that's what that is. Over here, obviously, we had some more wind damage over here, so we're going to have to deal with that. But all our tables set up where all our plants come in. You can kind of show them how this setup is, Jesse, where all the plants and whatnot are. I'm going to throw this away while you're showing them the property. Okay, this is just a paver thing that we put in here a few years back too. And, a planter box, all that. Things need to be cleaned up, straightened up, but that's why we're here. So this is our place where we store the straw, and you know, just have a lean-to shelter. We also sell these, so we have a manufacturer that we sell them for, and you know, makes a few extra bucks. And we keep our straw in here, so it has kind of like a dual purpose. Okay. So now let's walk around. Run this way. I know it's really windy, you guys, so I know that I can't. You're not going to hear a lot of what I'm saying. So focus on the property. That's what I'm trying to show you. So. And did you show them our big sign back there, Jesse? You did.
On the top of the hill.
You were awesome. So we do a lot of driveways, or a lot of not driveways, but patios. We do a lot of sandstone patios, so you take these big slabs and you just fit them in all over the place. We do a lot of that. I can see we're getting down on it. We're going to have to get some more in. Let's see, what else? All our bricks, these are like half bricks that we use for, you know, building up those fire pits. So these are called half bricks. Otherwise you have full-size ones that we also use for that too. Those are getting down too. We're going to have to get more in. These are the caps. If you can see the different bricks here, Jesse, that we carry. Alright, then we have the railroad ties, which are right here. We use these for building retaining walls. Alright, so like some of these are pretty bad, like this. These you'd never want to use those on a job. But whenever you buy these big bundles, you end up with some that are bad, and we only use the good ones. The bad ones, they always just get junked out. So build a lot of walls with those. Yeah, let's see, more bricks. Then over in here is where we start with all our bulk materials. We sell a ton of this stuff, so you can just kind of walk along here, Jesse, and we'll show them. So up in here, like we have the two different dirt piles. Some is screen topsoil. This is unscreened topsoil to the right of it. Then we have our 3/4 inch sandstone. Next to it we have our potting soil, which is a really good mixture for growing stuff. What it is, there's a lot of, I don't know if you can see this, Jesse, or not, but there's just a lot of it's old wood stuff that mixed in with topsoil, and it really is just super great. It's almost like Miracle-Gro when you use it. You know, there's little, I mean, it's really nice stuff for gardens and shrub beds, flower beds, things of that nature. So this is limestone screenings. This stuff gets hard as a rock. What I do with this is I use this stuff and then use a compactor, compact it down for all my paver patios, okay? It's expensive, but it's way better than like rotten granite, which is the old way of doing things. So this, we got to get all our signs straightened out because we're clearly not, well, like I said, we just got here. So screen red granite in this pile. This is the stuff that a lot of the driveways are made of here in Wisconsin. A lot of people use this for the driveways. Out in here, I mean, we've used some of it out in through here, and then we mix it with a road base to help pack it down and make it hard. So that's what that is. Let's go this way. Warming up. Of course, we have our sand here, and that is for, again, the paver patios. A lot of people like to have their, you know, they'll do like little sand boxes for kids and things of that nature. So we have our washed sand over here for that. Basically, your rock mulches, this is 1.5 inch Southern River rock. So this stuff, when they call it river rocks, because it comes out of the river basins. And look, you take a look at this, it's all rounded pretty much. You know, the edges are all rounded, and it's not a you know, a fractured stone. Okay, so the river, what happens, the water washes over it, and that's what keeps it, everything all rounded off. It's a nice stone to work with. Then you get into stuff like this, where the difference is, now this is fractured rock. Okay, you can see how jagged it is all over the place. So this is stuff that has gone through a crusher. They were likely big rocks, and when they mine them out, then they put them through a crusher, and it crushes them up like this. And we use this for decorative rock in the different beds around, in your shrub beds and flower beds. Okay. So, moving on. Again, the Southern River rock, again, but a different size. And down here, this is our light gray stone that we carry here. This stuff looks pretty too. I like seeing that in the beds. Makes the shrubs pop out and look really nice. So, and down here, of course, we have the white, and this stuff is nice. I mean, this really makes your shrubs, all your green shrubbery and whatnot, really pop out too. So I like working with that stuff. The smaller the rock, the easier it is to work with. When it's like this, it's way easier to work with, and you get that bigger stuff like I'm going to show you down here. This stuff, this looks cool when you put it in, but I'm telling you, this is a bitch to work with, because, I mean, it's really cool. It's like fossilized rock, and it's really pretty. It's really shiny. You know, it's got kind of like a quartz mixture to it, but this stuff is just a bitch to work around. You can imagine trying to run a rake around when this stuff is, you know, 5 inches in depth. So it's heavy stuff, but it's nice. It looks pretty. And then out here, this is what's left of our mulch from last year. We always get semi-loads of mulch in, and they go in these bins like this. So this is the best way that you could basically come up with to keep them clean and neat, you know. We just keep it in here, keep them separated by these big old concrete slabs that we put in here. These things, these were worth their weight in gold when we put them in. They've got like a rebar right here. You just hook a chain on, pick them up, slide them into place. That really works nice to divide everything up, you know. Put the railroad tie wall in. We did that probably 15 years ago, I think, when we opened this place. And then, of course, you have your brown mulch in here, which I really, really like the brown mulch. This stuff, to me, it's my favorite mulch right now to put in. I know Florida, everybody likes that red stuff. Down here, I really like this because, again, your green shrubbery, it really makes them pop up and look pretty when you have this stuff in here. So I guess the difference between the rock mulch and the wood mulch, of course, I mean, most of you landscape guys know this. The wood mulch, you have to keep turning it, you know, it fades out on you. Like, here's a good example. Okay, like you have a piece like this that is kind of faded out, okay? And then if you scratch underneath here and you find your fresh mulch, okay, look at the difference in the two, okay? So you can see how this stuff fades, so you always got to turn it, you know, and move it and add new stuff to it. So I like it because it holds moisture, so it helps your plants because it retains the moisture, but at the same time it also kind of inhibits insects and things of that nature because they get into the wood. The one that we do use, cedar mulch, is really good for prohibiting insects. They don't like that cedar smell, so they pretty much stay out of that. But anyway, I love working with the mulch. It's a lot lighter, it's cheaper, you know, it's less expensive than the rock is. Rock is more permanent. When you put that stuff in, you're pretty much done. But even rock loses its color in the sun. You know, it actually fades down. So not like mulch though. Mulch really fades down. So gives you an idea on that. Over here again, you can see the difference of the faded stuff on top, and then if you kick this stuff around, you can see what a difference that makes in the mulch. But this is an orange mulch. People use this too, and gold mulch, whatever they call it in the office. So that's what this is. This is our cedar mulch. Cedar doesn't change that big of a color, but it still fades, and you'll notice on top kind of how it is, and when you freshen it up, there's a difference. Now this is still kind of wet, but this stuff I really like. You know, it's got a nice smell to it. You know, the cedar wood, it is more expensive, but again, the insects don't like this stuff as much, so we use this a lot on our landscape project. So we're gonna have to get all these bins filled up eventually here.